Howdy, Philly Hater here. So it happened. A PTP dropped today. It is the 7th of November, and we got Ghostface tweaks. Wow! It happened. In this very short video, I just wanted to go ahead and cover these changes, see what they're all about, and kind of explain why this is pretty good. Because I've noticed a lot of people kind of walk over it and be like, well, this is insignificant. So I kind of want to change some people's minds on that. Taking it from the very top, we have the base kit changes. Night Shroud cooldown was decreased to 17 seconds, and it was previously 20 seconds. As well as the time to mark survivors standard was set to 4.5 seconds instead of 5. Continuing on with the add-ons, both Philly and Walleyes had their values basically halved from 20% to 10% and 6 seconds to 3 seconds. Now, we've reached the point where we're looking at the numbers and we're thinking, this doesn't look super massive, but I'm here to tell you that these numbers are actually pretty banger. How? Math and labbing. I went ahead and I tested the stock speeds in the PTB, very poorly with bots, mind you, beyond anything that has been stated. So we are rolling off with that 4.5 as a base kit stock speed, and anything else needs to be tested. So we were testing base kit leans, Philly standard stocks, and Philly leans. But to go ahead and roll you out the numbers, currently for PTB base kit stocking, standard is 4.5 seconds, as the dev stated. Leaning is 2.183 seconds. Leaning for PTB Philly is about 2.050 seconds. Let that sink in. You have a difference on the lean with the add-on about 0.133 seconds. It is literally nothing. PTB Philly is 3.9 seconds, which I believe is potentially a bug, because given how it is supposed to be 10% off, this would be about 4.05 seconds. Instead, somehow, you were getting about 0.6 seconds on the differential. Compare this with live currently. Live standard stalking is 5 seconds, while Philly is 4, so it's a night and day difference on the stalk times, as well as for leaning on base kit is 2.5, half of that value, while Philly is 2.23. The difference on lean for live would be about 0.27 seconds. Still pretty much nothing, but the PTB just made it such more of a nothing burger. Quite literally, with leaning stocks being pretty much nothing. The only real usage for Philly right now, quite literally, is just the standing stock with that 0.6 second difference, which is probably meant to be like a 0.4 actually. If it ever does get fixed to be a 0.4, do not use this add-on. So while my dumb B-roll test footage plays in the background, I'm going to move on to probably the biggest point of the entire tweak in and of itself, and that is, due to Philly having its strength halved as well as matchbook, well, we are to the point where add-on diversity comes into play. Hooray! Realistically, I myself will probably still be using a lot of matchbook simply just because having those 14-second cooldowns is pretty banger, but hey, I will experiment with the 17 all I want. I think 17 is honestly a pretty good number, so heck, I might not even need matchbook after this. But to get back on topic, add-on diversity is going to basically make a lot of good ghost faces better if they already don't use one or two of the brown add-ons. For example, I use a lot of VDR matchbook, but now due to the matchbook change, I can now probably go for a drop leg or driver's license or eerie add-ons or crouch speed or something like that to better suit my power while not having to worry about the cooldown. I'm going to get so much more power value simply because I'm not worried about the utility of shortening the cooldown or shortening my stocks. It's just there already. Outside of matchbook, Philly got knocked down a few pegs. To me, the most exciting part, aside from just a smoother playing Ghostface, is just the amount of ghost faces that will finally crawl out of their shell and just break into a lot of those add-on options, because there are some really good ones, some really fun ones, and then there's the reveal ones which are total dog shit and need to be reworked. But in any case, knowing that we will have probably a future where there's going to be a handful of ghost faces just trying new stuff, and good ghost faces getting even better with some of the strongest options like VDR, man, I'm excited. Outside of that, pretty good tweaks. I give it about a 7, 8 out of 10. The only reason why it's not any higher is because I would have liked, just standard fixes on chase bug on stock, or bot fixes. They still have wall hacks versus you. Or reveal add-on reworks, because they are total dog water and do not fit the identity of the killer. But, yeah, fuck it. We ball. I'm going to experiment with this a little bit more, and maybe I can get something cool out of it. Outside of that, if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop a comment. I don't know. Happy Thursday. Thank you, everybody.